Welcome back to Hidden Car Gems, the channel where we talk about cars that make absolutely no sense. It's 2025 and a new wave of forbidden fruit just unlocked. If the plate says 2000, it rolls. If it doesn't, it rots in a warehouse while customs drinks your tears. That's the 25-year rule. No arguments, no feelings. Today we're talking about 7 cars that you can finally import right now, and trust me, these aren't museum pieces. They're loud, angry, turbo-fed reminders that driving used to mean something. Let's start with the one that made a whole generation fall in love with boost. The Nissan Skyline GT-R R34. Under the hood lives the RB26, a 2.6-liter twin-turbo inline-six, pushing around 276 horsepower and 289 pound-feet of torque. Paired to a GetRag 6-speed and a Tesla all-wheel drive that still feels like black magic, the R34 doesn't just go fast, it thinks fast. The steering talks in full sentences, the chassis feels alive, and the whole car seems to know what you're about to do before you do it. In the dry, it's surgical. In the rain, it's supernatural. And don't believe auction fairy tales. Check the synchros, turbine history, and rear arches before you buy. And always confirm that build date, because model year won't save you when your dream car is stuck at customs. Before we continue with the second car, I want to ask for your help. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subs by the end of the year, so I'd really appreciate it if you would subscribe and help me out. Let's continue and tell me one key for 2025, R34, Silvia S15, or Stagea 260 RS. Drop your pick, the build month you're hunting, and the first mod you throw on. I'm pinning the smartest answer so nobody here gets burned. Now let's talk about the S15, the Nissan Silvia Spec-R, the knife to the R34's hammer. Under the hood is a 2-liter Turbo 4, about 247 horsepower and 202 pound-feet, with a 6-speed manual and a factory helical LSD that makes every corner a conversation. The magic isn't in raw speed, it's in how alive the car feels at, say, numbers. 35 miles per hour can feel like a race if the corners are good. Stock arrows still looks perfect. Throw on coilovers and alignment and the front end turns from sharp to surgical. Power's easy, just don't tune the balance out of it. And check for drip scars, floors, rails, subframe mounts. If second or third gear sounds like loose gravel, that's not character, that's your wallet crying. Next up, the car that proves Japan builds better family cars than anyone else. The Nissan Stagea 260 RS Autech. Basically a GT-R wagon, same RB26 twin-turbo, around 276 horsepower and 271 pound-feet. Manual transmission and full Tesla all-wheel drive. You floor it, and the thing just hooks. Rain, gravel, doesn't matter. It's like the laws of traction don't apply. You forget it's a wagon until you look in the mirror and see an entire horizon sitting behind your groceries. It's GT-R DNA with Costco practicality. But don't treat it like a joke. Maintain it like a supercar. Cooling, fueling, timing, diffs. Rust hides everywhere, so bring a flashlight and no fear of dirt. Then there's the Toyota Aristo V300, a car that wears a Lexus badge but fights like a Supra. Under the hood sits the legendary 2JZ GTE, 3.0 liters, twin turbos, around 276 horsepower and 333 pound-feet. It's smooth, quiet, and deadly. One moment you're sipping coffee, the next you're doing warp speed on a freeway on-ramp wondering how something this polite just embarrassed a sports car. Add a boost controller, a better exhaust, and proper cooling, and you've built the world's classiest street assassin. But respect the A340 automatic. Fresh fluid, new filters, maybe a cooler if you plan to play hard. Neglect it, and your velvet hammer turns into porridge. If you want something that looks respectable but moves like it's hiding your secret, here's your fix. The Toyota Chaser Tourer 5. Chassis code JZX100, a 2.5-liter single-turbo 1JZ, around 276 horsepower and 279 pound-feet. Rear-wheel drive and a long wheelbase that keeps you honest when things get spicy. Monday to Friday, it's polite, quiet, even boring. Sunday morning, it's a drift instructor with a hangover. Smooth, balanced, forgiving, until you push it too far. Then it'll teach you what oversteer really feels like. Inside, it's peak late 90s. Toyota, simple gauges, durable plastics, everything exactly where your hands expect it. Aftermarket support, endless. Just don't fall for a freshly painted drift shell pretending to be stock. Check strut towers, subframes, and rails before you find out the hard way what lightly used really means. For the drivers who still heel-toe at stoplights, there's the Honda Accord. Euro R. Chassis code CL1. This is the grown-up Type R, same energy, less noise, more sense. A 2.2-liter H22A red top, around 220 horsepower, and 163 pound-feet, paired to a close ratio 5-speed, factory helical LSD, and Recaro straight from the factory. It's high-revving, crisp, and addictive. Every upshift feels earned. It won't scare you, it'll sharpen you. It's the kind of car that rewards clean inputs and punishes laziness. Find a twisty road, set your rhythm, and let it sing past 7,000 RPM like caffeine for your soul. Just watch the gearbox. Those hero shifts have ended more than one love story. And finally, the sleeper nobody suspects, the Toyota Crown Athlete 5. On paper, it's a polite company car. In traffic, it's silent aggression. 3-liter single-turbo 1JZ GTE, around 276 horsepower and 279 pound-feet, rear drive, automatic. The kind of car that blends in a business meeting and then blows by a hot hatch on the highway with zero emotion. Calm cabin, long gears, smooth suspension, fix the tired bushings, refresh the shocks, and the boat becomes a guided missile wearing loafers. It's the art of going fast while pretending you're late for a dentist appointment. And like every 25-year import, it needs love. Fluids, filters, hoses, alignment, tires. Skip that and it'll remind you that age doesn't equal forgiveness. Now for the boring part that saves you thousands. Federal law cares about the manufacture date. Built December 99? That was last year's party. Built January 2000? You're in build December 2000? You wait till December 2025. At the border, you file an HS7 form. After that, registration is a state-by-state circus, so call your DMV before you send money. If it's coming through an auction, pay for an independent inspection, because photos don't smell rust and Google Translate doesn't see missing oil. When it lands, reset everything. Fluids, filters, belts, hoses, brake line, tires, alignment. If it's turbocharged, pressure test for leaks and baseline, the cooling. The cheapest horsepower you'll ever buy is the kind that actually reaches the road. Let's talk timing. Every January, freshly edible imports explode in price. The hype tax is real. Everybody wants the first legal example. If you can wait, late January through March is your window. That's when reality hits, prices settle, and real enthusiasts score the real cars. So what fits your life? If you want a daily sleeper, the Aristo V300 gives you torque and class without attention. If you want to get better behind the wheel, the Euro R will make you a better driver before it makes you faster. If you want collector bragging rights, the R34 is the poster that finally ships. If you need space but crave stupidity, the Stagea is GT-R DNA with room for regrets. The Chaser gives you balance, the Crown gives you stealth. Each one scratches a different itch, but all of them remind you why driving still matters. So here's the move. Don't buy the myth, buy the metal. Check the build date, check the paperwork, and buy something that makes you feel alive again. And if I handed you one key right now, what's it going to be? R34, S15, or Stagea? Which build month are you hunting? What's the first mod you throw at it? Drop it below and help the next guy dodge the landmines. And if you want more of this beautiful stupidity, deep dives, buyer traps, and the best sleepers nobody talks about, hit subscribe. It tells me to keep digging up the weird stuff and helps this channel punch above its weight. I'll see you in the next one.